Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Drago. We're back with another chapter of Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest, chapter 172. The cover page for this chapter has Gray stacking cards, which honestly I don't really see Gray doing, but it's kind of funny to see him do it. And of course you have Juvia and Natsu jumping at Gray, and both jumping at him for different reasons. You know, Natsu's doing it to destroy the tower of cards that Gray is making, and Juvia's doing it just because she's love crazy. Probably my favorite part of this cover is just Natsu and Juvia's shenanigans happening in the background. I just think that's super fun. So this chapter picks up with the original Seis fighting the brand new demon Seis, and you get the reveal of who is this cloaked figure that is with the OG Seis. And sure enough, it is Melody, which I really like her new outfit. It actually kind of reminds me almost like a little bit of Libra, maybe a little bit of Gajiel with that like headband. I think Melody's new outfit is really fun, and you dang well know that she was like planning from the start, like, okay, I'm gonna come in there, like there's some people I know, I'm gonna come in a cloak, and I'm gonna do this grand reveal. Like, you know, she was having a fun time planning that out. Apparently Melody was the one looking into this brand new demon Seis, and she's the reason why they're there. It wouldn't shock me if she kind of had some contact with Jalal, because obviously Jalal would have some idea as to what's going on right now, because he was just in the last arc. I do really like Midnight calling out his dad, saying like, how long are you going to be obsessed with this like a Ratio and Seis thing and like 6 members? And they waste zero time getting into this battle, with Zero quite literally getting ready to do an attack, but Richard counters it with his magic. And he pretty much stops all the demonic Seis except for the flying one, which gets countered immediately by Racer. And their battle is very reminiscent of like the original Ratio and Seis arc and like the first battle there, because you get like Cobra saying, I can hear you. Even Racer at one point's like, you're too slow. And the next page here, you get pretty much all the matchups that are going to be happening here. Like everyone's going one-on-one with one another. Pretty much did figure that Midnight was going to be going up against Zero, and that's kind of a cool battle to have. And they don't even want Urza's help. They straight up tell her that she has to go to Dramil, and they're in trouble, and the only one that can save it is Urza. Kind of surprised that Urza didn't even question it at all. She's like, okay, you guys can take this, goodbye. It's kind of interesting to see Angel kind of take on more of a Natsu personality, because she's like, okay, don't underestimate the Ratio and Seis, and she does her attack, and she's straight up saying that she's fired up. This is like the first time in a very long time. I was not expecting to get Angel straight up saying that she's fired up, which is where you go back to Natsu with Misfortune and Happy at the Fire God's castle. And Misfortune definitely has some attitude here, like, I'm through with you, and she's very upset with Natsu for hitting her. And his explanation for this whole situation is that, well, you were like an enemy just a little bit ago, and now you just became our friends, but I didn't know that yet, so I like hit you. I think it's also kind of fun that they're no longer going to be calling her Misfortune, that they're going to be calling her Fortune now, with Happy literally saying Fortune is a good girl, and she lights up immediately over that. Kind of funny that immediately the first response for Natsu is just like, I want to eat her. Like, that sounds like a very yummy name, and like, you're fire, and I just want to eat it. And once again, Natsu asks Fortune where Ignia could potentially be, and she also says that he's going after Ferris. But since Ignia also didn't know where Ferris was, he was using Smell to find her. Kind of love that this came into play once again, because he's like, oh yeah, Smell, I could do that too. And Natsu is immediately onto their trail. And the final page of this chapter is Dramil in ruins, and Urza just arriving there. With that, it is the end of our chapter, so my thoughts. Obviously, they don't show who exactly is in the city, I guess besides Urza and potentially Natsu very soon. But you could potentially have Ferris and Ignia be there. I'm going to say it's more likely that Wed is there, particularly since Urza is going to be there and he seems very keen on taking her on. Not really sure as to why they didn't just straight up reveal that Melody was part of the Seis last chapter, because I don't think it was that huge of a reveal that Melody was the cloaked figure. I still kind of like her reveal, and especially her brand new outfit. It's pretty cool. I'm sure she'll probably buff the rest of the Seis, kind of like what she did in Alvarez to, you know, fight these demon versions. The original Seis did start that fight pretty darn strong, kind of making these brand new versions kind of look like chumps, but I guess we'll see in future chapters how that goes, because really none of them have done particularly any attacks at all, but they did get hyped up quite a bit. And also, this is kind of a rare time that you're going to have Natsu and Urza potentially do a team up together. And genuinely, I think that could be actually very cool seeing those two do a fight together, because that's kind of rare, to be honest. I do like that they named Misfortune now Fortune. I think that's kind of a fun name now. So what are your guys' thoughts on this chapter? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and this is Drago signing out.